Got your nose. Oh, yeah? Well, I got your face.
Justin Peter Lowenbrei Griffin. You no good piece of shit. Christopher Griffin was just playing with you until you ripped his face off. What makes you think of doing that over? A goddamn joke, you horrible piece of shit. Chris is now crying and screaming in pain because of that thing you did. There are consequences for your actions, and I'm the consequences. You now have the chance of two. Don't ever do shit like this again.
Your green beans for dinner.
Daddy, you know I don't like green beans for dinner.
Jeffy, I know you don't like green beans, but you have to eat them because they're good for you, so eat them.
I don't like green beans, Daddy.
Mario, so help me God. Why the actual fuck would you force Jeffy to eat his green beans when he constantly reminds you he despises them? You are a pathetic excuse for a human, let alone a father. Do not let me catch you in my vicinity again, or else you will be decimated and exiled off this mortal plane, and burned by my hand in the deepest pits of hell. Do not cross my path again. If you do, just know you have been warned once before, and there will not be another warning. The next time I see you, I won't be so merciful.
Whoa, that thing is fat like Mambo. I'm not fat! Yeah, how does it feel? How does it feel, bro?
Tokai Teo, heir of Simbali Rudolph's immortal stride, a name forged in discipline, polished by honor. And yet you let it tarnish with a single careless insult. You called Mambo fat, a word thrown like a stone, dull yet wounding. Do you grasp the weight of what you've done? A champion's legacy can crumble faster than any race if his character falters. You dared to mock another's form, as though worth is measured by shape alone. How shallow, how pitiful. Greatness is not proven by speed or pedigree, but by the grace with which one treats others. Your tongue has shown more recklessness than your hooves have ever shown courage. If left unchecked, it will outrun you straight into disgrace.
Yes.
Where did you find the NES for Nintendo Switch? I have been trying to...
Listen up, kid, and listen very well. Let's be very clear for a second. That fake Chinese accent you just used, that wasn't a joke. That was disrespect. You took a classic console, the NIS, something people love for its history and creativity, and you reduced it to a lazy, dumb joke. That doesn't make you edgy. It makes you unoriginal. Mocking a Chinese accent isn't comedy. It's the oldest, cheapest trick in the book. And it only works if the audience is as uninformed as the person saying it. This clip won't be remembered as humor. It'll be remembered as the moment you confused racism for personality and showed everyone how little effort you put into thinking. So the next time I hear you say something like this again, your soul will be tormented for the rest of your days and eternity.
Two, three? No. 4, 5? No. 6, 7? Yes, she's just a baby.
Sonic Ujulati Morris Hedgehog. What you called a joke was an insult to everyone forced to hear it. That 67 relic wasn't harmless. It was proof of creative decay. You didn't miss the mark by accident. You aimed low because effort was inconvenient. The silence that followed wasn't confusion. It was judgment. In that moment, your confidence collapsed under the weight of how painfully unfunny you chose to be. Do not pretend ignorance will shield you. You knew it was stale, yet you spoke anyway, expecting momentum to replace merit. It didn't. Humor requires awareness. You displayed none. What you revealed instead was laziness wrapped in bravado, repetition disguised as personality. Every second after the punchline passed made it clearer. You weren't bold, you were careless, and carelessness always demands a response. Understand this clearly and permanently. This is the only time I will explain it. Do it again, and and there will be no patience, no dismissal, no mercy through indifference. You will face consequences proportional to the embarrassment you inflict, and you will pay the price for ignoring this warning. Let that settle. If I catch you making jokes like this again, you will pay. How many times must I do this? I'd advise you divert your attention towards me, OBV Vonk. Your video is awful. Not only is it embarrassing and making a fool of yourself, the song sounds like a fat, whiny infant crying for its iPad. Let's not forget who made the song as well, Iron Mouse, a VTuber. She told some guys at an event they could ask her anything, only to then call it harassment a week later and say she was shaking, even though she was at the event through a computer that looks like Karen from the Bob, using it through a computer at the comfort and safety of her home. It was no wonder she had received such backlash, but then had the audacity to make such an atrocious song as a response to the drama, and you used said song for a lousy Roblox edit. I hope you learn, and I don't have an encounter with you ever, or else you will be vaporized to a state of gas.
She's like barefoot the whole movie.
Weird thing to remember about it.
And they canceled the live action.
No, they did. Okay, maybe that's for the best.
I was so upset I was gonna go see that shit in IMAX. You know, I'm just gonna leave it in the tree.
Well, guys, we can't just leave it here. What if Harry Potter needs a place to park his car?
You say something, Joseph?
Justin Braxton Reynolds Jr., listen up here real fucking closely. The joke you just made was not humorous or amusing in even the slightest. It was simply just offensive to generations of people of color and gut-wrenchingly unfunny. The desperation you had at being peak comedy is egregiously embarrassing to every human being on this fucking planet. Not one person was going to stand up and cheer for you, but would remind you of how terrible of a jokester you are. You wasted a ridiculous amount of fucking time out of my lifespan. If I could go back in time to erase the birth of your existence, I sure as hell would. If you ever decide to blurt out another felonious attempt at being funny like this ever again, I will make sure to bury you within the deepest point in the earth I can find.
Oh my god, Chris is still in there! Somebody save Chris!
John Herbert Forge, you disgusting pervert! Put Christopher Griffin down. He is a minor, not a toy for you to manipulate and play with. You are the scum of the earth. You are a disgusting human being. And the combined awfulness of every single terrible person and demon and god that has ever graced the planet Earth and hell combined into one horrible, disgusting predator. He is a minor, meaning he is under 18, so you must put him down. You are using minors for your own personal sexual pleasure. That is the worst crime a human could ever possibly commit. And you are walking around like nothing is happening. Go away before I have you arrested or execute you on the spot. I said go away, dickless wonder.
You know, you just need to relax and stop overreacting.
Murdered this man.
Yes.
You tortured him.
Of course.
Alright, man. Yo, girl should be here any minute now.
Oh, bollocks. I'm so excited.
Oh, no, yeah, for sure. No, yeah.
Hey guys.
Dude, I'm so sorry.
No, Dylan. You're either hungry or you're not.
You can't be that hungry.
Dylan. You're either hungry or you're not. Cast your fucking wretched gaze upon me, William Afton. You absolute monument to failure and depravity. What the actual fuck is wrong with you? I have watched you endure decades of agony within that rusted, biomechanical tomb. Yet somehow, your cognitive functions have devolved into something far more pathetic than mere rot. Do you truly believe that after the nefarious slaughter of 5 innocent children, shattering the sanctity of the Fazbear, legacy for your own twisted experiments, that you have any grounds to be hungry for the attention of a chipmunk? It is utterly reprehensible. You are a malignant, existential stain on reality, oscillating between being a cold-blooded serial killer and a desperate, horny, vacuous creep in a two-man setup that makes no logical sense. To even utter such a vile and disgusting sentiment toward Eleanor is a testament to your subhuman lack of shame. You've traded your remnant for a predatory predilection for rodents. And frankly, it's embarrassing to even share a franchise with you. You aren't a mastermind. You're just a weird, grotesque fossil who clearly missed his chance to stay buried in the vents. Fix your wretched life, or fade into the oblivion you so richly deserve, you pathetic spring-locked charlatan.
Wow, that's really nice. So, listen, it's kind of funny, you know, the whole safety patrol thing. Yeah? Ready for the funny part? Well, I'm the one who terrorized those kids.
Gregory Heffley, direct your attention to me, and let me address to you with a seriousness befitting both the moral vacancy of your conduct and the disproportionate harm it inflicted upon an undeserving party. What you orchestrated beneath the pretense of juvenile amusement was not an innocuous prank, nor a momentary lapse in discernment. It was a conscious, premeditated act of deception, an impersonation executed with the explicit knowledge that any ensuing repercussions would not be borne by you but by Rowley Jefferson, whose defining virtue has always been his unguarded sincerity. By assuming his identity, you did not merely parody his voice or demeanor. You annexed his credibility, exploited his reputation, and converted his innocence into collateral damage for your own comfort. Your behavior constitutes a flagrant betrayal of trust. Trust, Gregory, is neither elastic nor inexhaustible. It is a delicate social currency, accrued through honesty and consistency, yet effortlessly obliterated by deceit. Rowley's removal from the safety patrol was not a trivial inconvenience. It was an institutional rebuke, a public misattribution of irresponsibility that permanently altered how authority perceived him. You allowed this misjudgment to stand, not through ignorance, but through deliberate silence. What renders your actions especially reprehensible is the imbalance of agency at play. Rowley's naivete, his earnest loyalty, and his instinctive assumption of good faith rendered him uniquely susceptible to manipulation. You capitalized on these qualities with unsettling ease. This was not cleverness, nor strategic brilliance. It was moral indolence, cloaked in sarcasm and self-preservation. Equally damning is your refusal to rectify the situation once the damage was apparent. Error is forgivable. Willful inaction in the face of preventable injustice is not. At any moment you possess the means to intervene, to confess, to clarify, to assume responsibility. Instead, you elected the path of passive benefit, allowing an undeserved punishment to calcify because it inconvenienced you less than the truth would have. This is not neutrality, it is ethical abdication. You may be tempted to dismiss the incident as inconsequential, but such minimization reveals a deeper deficiency. A failure to comprehend how character is eroded incrementally. One does not become unscrupulous in a single dramatic instant. One practices it through small, rationalized betrayals. In moments like these, you rehearse becoming someone who treats integrity as optional and accountability as negotiable. Ultimately, Gregory, your wrongdoing extends beyond impersonation or silence. It lies in the pattern these actions reinforce, a reflexive evasion of responsibility, a reliance on others to absorb the consequences of your decisions, and an alarming comfort with unjust outcomes so long as they advantage you. These tendencies do not dissipate with time, they ossify. You owe Rowley more than a perfunctory apology. You owe him a candid admission of fault, unmarred by deflection or humor, and a genuine effort to repair the trust you dismantled for convenience. Whether you rise to that obligation will determine not merely the endurance of your friendships, but the integrity of the person you are in the process of becoming.